Samsung's next flagship, the Galaxy S26 Ultra, is already stealing the spotlight months before its official announcement. Thanks to new leaks and tipster insights, we now have a clear idea of how this phone will look compared to its predecessor, the Galaxy S25 Ultra. The first thing to know is that Samsung isn't trying to completely reinvent the Ultra series. Instead, it's sticking to its usual formula of refinement. Just like the S25 Ultra improved slightly on the S24 Ultra, the S26 Ultra is set to refine the S25's design. The biggest change: rounded corners. While the S25 Ultra already toned down the sharp edges of the S24 Ultra, the S26 Ultra will take it further, offering an even softer look and feel. According to trusted leakster Ice Universe, who has shared detailed product dimensions, the S26 Ultra will actually be slightly taller and wider than the S25 Ultra. This is surprising because early renders suggested the opposite. From the side-by-side images, the S26 looked narrower and shorter, but the numbers point the other way. Whether this is a minor error in measurement or simply a difference in how renders translate, one thing is certain: the S26 Ultra is still a massive device. What seems almost guaranteed now is Samsung's shift from boxy flagships to smoother, curvier ones. The S24 Ultra was sharp and rectangular, the S25 Ultra softened things up, and the S26 Ultra will continue that evolution. Not everyone is a fan of this shift, though. Some users love the boxy style because it looks bold and premium, while others welcome the curvier design for better comfort in hand. A recent poll showed that opinions are split. Some love the S26's design, others think it's just okay, and quite a few actually prefer the older, boxier look of the S24 Ultra. Design debates aside, Samsung seems to be prioritizing comfort. A phone that feels good to hold all day is arguably more important than one that only looks striking on a table. The rounded edges of the S26 Ultra could make a real difference when handling such a large device, especially for people who use their phones without a case. But the design isn't the only thing people are wondering about. The battery has become one of the hottest topics around the S26 Ultra. Rumors initially suggested Samsung might upgrade the Ultra's 5,000 mAh cell to a larger 5,500 mAh capacity. Unfortunately, those hopes have been fading. More recent reports suggest the S26 Ultra will stick with the same 5,000 mAh battery we've seen for years. There's an important detail behind this. The new leaks indicate that the S26 Ultra will be about 0.3 millimeters thinner than the S25 Ultra. At first, that might sound like good news, since a slimmer phone usually feels sleeker. But in this case, the thinner frame makes it very hard for Samsung to fit in a bigger battery. Without switching to new battery technologies, such as silicon-carbon cells, the company might not be able to increase capacity at all, and since those advanced batteries aren't even expected on the Galaxy S26 Edge, it's unlikely we'll see them debut on the Ultra either. This means buyers might have to live with the same 5,000 mAh battery once again, which is a little disappointing for people who hoped for more endurance from such a powerhouse device. Still, the S26 Ultra isn't shaping up to be a boring release. Aside from design tweaks and possible comfort improvements, Samsung is working on upgrades in several other areas. Performance is expected to see a boost thanks to next-generation processors, which should make multitasking, gaming, and demanding apps run smoother than ever. The display, while keeping its giant 6.89-inch size, is rumored to feature improved privacy and brightness controls, making it easier to use in bright outdoor conditions or when you don't want prying eyes seeing your screen. And of course, there's the camera system. Samsung has always pushed boundaries with the Ultra line, and the S26 Ultra is no exception. While details are still under wraps, leaks suggest notable improvements in image quality, low light performance, and zoom capabilities. Photography enthusiasts and everyday users alike should notice a step up from the S25 Ultra. So, where does that leave us? The Galaxy S26 Ultra isn't about dramatic changes. Instead, it's about refining what already works while addressing comfort and usability. The rounded design will likely divide opinions, but there's no denying it should feel better in hand. The battery situation might not please everyone, especially if Samsung sticks to 5,000 mAh again, but performance, display, and camera upgrades promise to keep the Ultra at the top of the flagship market. With 4 to 5 months still left before launch, leaks will likely continue to fill in the missing pieces. But one thing is clear already: Samsung isn't slowing down with its Ultra series. The S26 Ultra may not reinvent the smartphone, but it looks ready to keep its crown as one of the most powerful and refined devices money can buy.